Charles de Gaulle remains one of the most iconic figures in French history, revered for his unwavering resistance against Nazi Germany during World War II and his role in restoring France's national pride. At a time when his country was occupied and its government had surrendered, de Gaulle emerged as a solitary symbol of defiance. From exile in London, he led the Free French forces and laid the foundation for modern French leadership in the post-war era. Early life and military career. Born in Lille, France in 1890, Charles de Gaulle was educated at the prestigious Saint-Cyr Military Academy. He served with distinction during World War I, where he was wounded and captured, spending time as a prisoner of war. Between the wars, de Gaulle became a vocal advocate for modernizing the French military, warning against reliance on static defenses like the Maginot Line and advocating for mobile armored warfare, a vision largely ignored by military leaders at the time. France's collapse and de Gaulle's breakaway. When Germany invaded France in May 1940, its blitzkrieg tactics quickly overwhelmed French defenses. Despite moments of fierce resistance, the French government, led by Marshal Philippe Pétain, signed an armistice with Germany on June 22, 1940. Refusing to accept defeat, de Gaulle fled to London where, on June 18, 1940, he delivered his famous appeal on the BBC. France has lost a battle, but France has not lost the war. This speech marked the birth of the Free French movement and positioned de Gaulle as the legitimate voice of France's continued resistance. Leader of Free France. Operating from London and later Algiers, de Gaulle organized the Free French Forces, a coalition of resistance fighters, colonial troops, and French expatriates committed to liberating their country. Despite having limited resources and recognition, he persisted in demanding France's inclusion among the Allies. Over time, he gained the respect of leaders like Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt, though not without tension, especially with Roosevelt, who viewed de Gaulle as difficult and autocratic. De Gaulle's leadership was more than symbolic. He coordinated with the French resistance inside occupied France, supported Allied operations in North Africa and Italy, and helped rally the French colonial empire against the Vichy regime. Liberation and post-war France. When Allied forces liberated Paris in August 1944, de Gaulle marched triumphantly into the city, welcomed by cheering crowds. He quickly established the provisional government of the French Republic and ensured that France was treated as a victor rather than a defeated nation. His efforts secured France a seat among the four occupying powers in post-war Germany and a permanent place on the United Nations Security Council. De Gaulle resigned in 1946 due to disagreements over the new constitution, but his influence remained. He returned to power in 1958 during a political crisis, founded the Fifth Republic, and served as president until 1969. Legacy. Charles de Gaulle's wartime leadership was marked by moral conviction, political resilience, and a deep sense of duty to France. He stood alone when his country was broken, believing in a vision of France that was free, sovereign, and proud. His ability to transform that vision into reality, despite overwhelming odds, cemented his legacy as one of the most important leaders in French history. Today, de Gaulle is remembered not only as a military commander but as a statesman who preserved France's dignity during its darkest hour. His name graces streets, airports, and institutions across the country, a lasting tribute to the man who never accepted defeat.